Hello boys and girls, so 2022 is coming to a close and there's a new year of Dead by Daylight to look forward to. Or should you really look forward, because god, I think that 2022 was one of the worst years for Dead by Daylight. But why? Why was it a bad year? Well, let's take a look at it. The year started with the Sadako Rising chapter being released in early March, and there's not much that I can say about it. It was a disappointment, just like your dick size. We expected something bigger. We got no new map, the killer was extremely weak. In fact, many people think that Sadako is still one of the most underwhelming killers in the game. And the sad reality is that the Ring is a big franchise. Like, it had a lot of potential. After Sadako we got the Dredge, and I really like this chapter. He is my favorite killer of 2022. I also like the new map, but the problem was that this chapter got leaked before the announcement, so it was not a surprise for us. And also this chapter was announced on Dead by Daylight's anniversary, when we wanted to see something big and licensed coming to the game. Please give me Jason. Oh, please, daddy. What the fuck? Why did you give me the Dredge? So even though I think that this is a good chapter, it could have been delayed. It just came on a wrong date, meaning that it was a disappointment for many Dead by Daylight players. Not to mention the Dredge actually looks comically disgusting, and a lot of people are comparing the Dredge to the turkey. After staring at the Dredge for so long, I don't think that I will eat turkey ever again. Also, the new survivor looks fucking hideous. I haven't seen a more disgusting female survivor in this game. But I got to admit that both chapters, Roots of Dread and Sadako Rising, have introduced some really good perks into the game. That's what I liked about this year. We got some really fucking good perks. But nobody knew that the next patch would be the most controversial patch of the year. So let me tell you about it. But before that, if you want me to come on your mom's titties, then don't forget to subscribe. Thank you very much. Developers decided to rework 39 different perks. That's right, 39 fucking perks. That's a massive amount of perks to rework. And you know what? I was excited for it, because for years, meta has been stale. Every killer would run Hex Ruin and Corrupt Intervention. Every survivor would run Dead Hard. There just wasn't enough variety, because in this game there are so many useless perks. So yeah, the majority of Dead by Daylight's community was excited for this big meta overhaul patch. But in the end, this update has angered the majority of Dead by Daylight's community, because yes, it has changed the meta of the game forever, but it has ruined so many perks, including the Ruin. It has ruined the Ruin, literally. The meta in Dead by Daylight has changed, but did it become less stale? Hell no. In fact, I think that this meta is even more stale than the previous one. Now almost every killer in this game is running Eruption combined with Call of Brine and Overcharge, or Pain Resonance combined with Dead Man's Switch, and also occasionally I see people running Jolt. Those are like meta builds for the killer, and there's not much variety that I can see. Dead Hard, yes, apparently it was nerfed, but now I would argue that it's even better than before. It's even more useful, and I'm running Dead Hard every single game, and I see so many people doing the same shit. They are running Dead Hard every single game. The question is, has the usage of Dead Hard really reduced? I don't think so. The only thing that I like about this patch is that they buffed killers, and that's great, because I think that most Survive with Friends teams will outplay any of the killers, and this patch buffed killers, so that's good. After that, we got probably the biggest chapter of the year. We got the second Resident Evil chapter with the Albert Wesker, and people seem to love this chapter, and the killer was actually not weak. This killer is actually a strong killer which requires skill to to play properly. I also like the new survivors, but this chapter is far from being perfect. In fact, when it was released, this killer was probably the most buggy killer in the history of Dead by Daylight. Even now, after so many bug fixes, Albert Wesker still feels kind of clunky to play and a little bit buggy. And when you ask people what is the worst map in the game, many people would say RPD map. And yes, RPD map is a terrible map gameplay wise, but after this update we got two variants of this map, and I would say that they made this map even worse. And a lot of people say that this map is now absolute garbage, which I agree with. I don't know why developers had to do it, but these two map variants, they are absolute garbage. Please remove RPD from the game, because every single time when I get this map, I lose my will to live. Somewhere around that time, I think, I don't know, but I think that around that time we got the new prestige system, which is awesome. This was my highlight of the year. I absolutely love the new prestige system and the changes developers made to the grind, because the grind in this game used to be terrible. Well, it's not terrible anymore, and it's amazing. But the new prestige system has highlighted another problem, which is that every time you want to level up your character, you need to hold your mouse one button for a few seconds to claim your fucking node, which takes like forever, and I hope this will be changed sometime soon. Not to mention that this year we got the most disappointing PTB ever, which added literally nothing but some Mori changes and the ability for you to pick yourself up from the ground after 40 seconds of laying down, but it's not even in the game now, so like the PTB was literally useless and I don't understand the purpose of it. But after that we got the new killer, which is the knight, and this killer has been leaked for like a year now, so it wasn't a surprise, but it was a disappointment because I expected the knight to have like a horse or something like that. The new map is kind of cool, but other than that, the knight's power is literally a disappointment. His guards, they have a broken AI, and I literally made a video about how trash is the knight, so go and watch it on this channel if you want to know why the knight is not a good killer. But other than that, I really hope that 2023 will be a better year for Dead by Daylight. It might be a new beginning for very cool chapters. I really hope to see some cool licenses in the game and also some really awesome original chapters too. But you know, you can never trust behavior. Comment what do you think, and I'll see you later. Ciao!